Hello, my name is Mahendra and welcome back to ePlanet. In today's video, we will explore the John Keats Ode on a Grecian Urn. So, Ode on a Grecian Urn was first published in 1819 in Annals of the Fine Arts. This ode is a part of the great odes of 1819 by John Keats, which also includes Ode on Indolence, Ode on Melancholy, Ode to a Nightingale, and Ode to Psyche. These are the five odes, including Ode on a Grecian Urn. So, the theme of this ode is to celebrate the timeless beauty inherent in art while acknowledging the inevitability of time's passage. And talking about the rhyme scheme of this ode, so stanza 1 and stanza 5, they have the same rhyming scheme A B A B C D D C, while stanza 2 considers AB, AB, CD, E, CE, D. And stanza 3 and 4th, AB, AB, CD, CD. Talking about the meter is iambic pentameter, and this ode is also called ekphrastic poetry. Ekphrastic poetry presents a vivid description of a scene or more commonly any artwork. So, John Keats was inspired to write this poem or ode after reading two articles by English artist and writer Benjamin Hayden. And also, John Keats saw an engraving of the Sosivius. Sosivius was the Greek sculptor who made that vase. So, Henry Moses. Henry Moses wrote a book named A Collection of Antique Vases, Altars Petri, and John Keats read that book and he wrote his 1819 poem or Ode on a Grecian Urn. So, likely he was inspired by it. So, the urn was made by Sosivius, a Greek sculptor. And another major point is that John Keats visited the British Museum in 1811 and he was familiar with the Elgin marbles. So he had the knowledge of the Greek sculpture also. So we will start from the very first line of Ode on a Grecian Urn. Thou still unravished bride of quietness. John Keats is addressing the Grecian urn, and by addressing, he started using a figure of speech named epistrophe, describing it as an untouched and an innocent symbol of tranquility. So we see that the Grecian urn has been compared to this unravished bride, which is a metaphor, comparing Grecian urn to the bride. Thou foster child of silence and slow time. Now, he says that the urn gets its beauty from being surrounded by silence and slowly experiencing time has passed. So, John Keats personified the Grecian urn by calling it a child. So, we see another figure of speech personification. Sylvian historian who can't thus express. So, now he refers to the urn as a storyteller of the words, which is able to convey tales or scenes through its artistic representation. Now, many of you might be thinking that what is the meaning of Sylvan historian? So, Sylvan means woods and historian means records or history. A flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme. Now, Keats emphasizes the attractiveness of the scenes portrayed on the urn, implying that they narrate a more captivating story than human poetry. Rhyme means human poetry, style, our rhyme. So, in a nutshell, these flowery tales are sweeter than any human rhyme. What leaf fringed legend haunts about thy shape? So, he inquires about the stories or myths depicted on the urn. And these stories or myths are surrounded by leaves, adding to the visual and symbolic richness of the scenes, of deities or mortals or of both. So now he asks whether the scene on the urn involve gods, humans, or a combination of both. in Temp or the Dales of Arcady. Now, John Keats talks about two beautiful and mythical places, Temp, a renowned and stunning region in northern Greece, which was favored by Apollo and the Muses, and another one is Arcady. Arcady is a region in ancient Greece that is often portrayed as a harmonious place in mythology, and also it was the home of Greek god Pan. Pan is the god of wild. So John Keats wonders if the scene on the urn are connected to these locations. What man or god are these? What made its loath? So now he raises a question that who are these characters or entities depicted on the urn and the reason behind the maiden's hesitations. Loath means hesitation. What mad pursue? What struggle to escape? Now the scene shifts. Another picture comes, and it is about the characteristics of the intense pursuit or struggle depicted on the urn, while struggle to escape suggests a fight or attempt to be free. What pipes and timbrels? What wild ecstasy? It inquires about the musical instruments, specifically pipes and timbrels, pipes, and the intense joy or ecstasy expressed in the scene depicted on the urn. Now, if we observe the last three lines of this stanza, so John Keats repeatedly asks the questions to that urn, and this device is called anaphora. This figure of speech is called anaphora because in anaphora is a rhetorical device in which a word or phrase is repeated at the beginning of any clause or sentence. Here you can see the what word, what man or god are these, what made is lot. So the repetition of what is presenting the anaphora here. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter, therefore ye soft pipes play on. Here we see that John Keats is looking forward to melodies. He mentioned that the melodies you haven't heard are even more enjoyable or sweeter than the ones you have actually heard. So he urges the soft pipes to continue playing on these imaginative melodies. And the figure of speech that has been used here is apostrophe in the soft pipes play on not to the sensual air, but more endeared pipe to the spirit deities of no tone. So now John Keats wants the music to touch more than just the ears. He wants it to connect with the emotions and soul. He prefers tunes that go beyond the ordinary tones and evoke a deeper, more meaningful response. Spirit deities of no tone. Here, spirit deities refers to songs or melodies that resonate with the inner emotional things. And now, fair youth beneath the trees, thou canst not leave thy song, nor ever can those trees be bare. These lines say that a young person should continue singing under the trees, and the trees they will remain green. They will be stay green. They will never lose their leaves. It conveys a message of enduring beauty and continuity. Bold lover, never, never canst thou kiss. Thou winning near the Goliath, do not grieve. So now John Keats says these lines expresses that a bold lover, although they are near to their goals, but they will never be able to kiss. Then this line do not grieve means we see that the John Keats advises them not to be upset about it. And this never never. The figure of speech that has been used here is called aphasiosis, immediate repetition of never, because the never is repeated never never. So the figure of speech is aphasiosis. Cannot fade. Thou hast not thy bliss. Forever wilt thou love and she be fair. These lines means that even though the lover may not achieve their happiness, the beloved's beauty will never fade. So now the speaker suggests that the love will endure forever.